What's up, guys? It is Disby, and I know I look crazy right now, and I haven't been posting in a while. It's just stuff's been going on. It's been crazy, and but I wanted to make this video, basically about this guy that I met a while back. Also, my bad for the sound quality and stuff. I spent like 30 minutes trying to get all my mics working and everything, and it's just not working. And my PC, the power is shot right now, so we're getting that fixed, but it'll hopefully be better tomorrow. But basically, I met this guy and this is just like an awareness thing. I'm not intentionally, I'm trying to do this for a good reason, if you know what I'm saying. And this is also a reason why I haven't been posting lately, and just a whole lot of other stuff. So this is just one of them. So I'm just trying to like raise awareness to like be careful. And also, people shouldn't be doing what I'm going to tell you that I did, no matter how young they are. And parents, you need to watch out for what your children are doing, because I wish somebody would have stopped me on everything. But I met this guy probably about, I want to say 3 years ago, and I'm 15 now, so probably when I was 12. And I met him on a Roblox game called Gacha Online. And it was a game, it's a fairly popular game on Roblox, I would say. And mainly the game has children who play it. And now getting older, and sometimes I get on it every now and then, I see a lot of people who say they're 16 and people who say they're 15 and like a little bit older kids. But at the time, I was probably 12. And I remember the day that I met him, I was talking to somebody else, and I think that person that I was talking to, I do not remember their name or anything about them, so we'll call them Finn. And Finn walked up to the guy and was like, "Oh, hey, you're gonna be our new friend," or whatever. And the guy was like, "Okay." Also, I am so sorry for all the talking. I can't help it, dude. But we all started talking for probably about, I want to say a couple hours, and this was all on the same day. And eventually, I guess we were playing Truth or Dare, and Finn dared me to I think the guy was like hugging my character, and Finn dared us to kiss or something, which was kind of out of nowhere. I don't think we were playing Truth or Dare, I doubt it. But after that, he did kiss me, and at the time, since I was young, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so romantical, what the heck?" But so I friended him, and he friended me back, which obviously, I don't know. And we kept playing together for probably about a year, and we would play basically every day. We would talk, and my character in the game was a guy, and so I told him that I was a female, which he kind of already knew because my Roblox avatar was a female. And looking back, I was like, you know what? I love the attention he was giving me, because my character was like a demon or something, and I was looking through my camera roll to find the screenshots, and I legit do not know what happened to them. I used to have them, but I don't know where they went. But he said stuff like, "I will come on your tail," and he said stuff like slaps and then the peach emoji, and say just a whole lot of other stuff. And at the time, I was like, this is amazing. I'm getting all the hugs, but in reality, I mean, looking back, that was kind of disturbing. And we would even talk like in the chat that's outside of games of Roblox, but still in the Roblox platform. And one day, my phone was out charging in the living room, and a notification from Roblox popped up, and my mom just happened to walk in when it came up on the screen, and she looked at it and she opened my phone because she had the password, and he had sent, "When am I going to see you?" And she came and woke me up, and she was like, "Hey, I saw this message and it says, 'When can I see you?'" And then she said, "But I figured he was talking about in the game." And at this point, I was like nervous. I was like sweating, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I wish she did not see that." Because, I mean, in my head, we were dating, and my parents didn't know anything about this dude. So I was like, bro, I didn't know what to do. So I tried to explain it as best I could, and I was like, "Yeah, we're just friends, and we played together a little bit, and that's it." Well, after that, about maybe a couple days, my mom came into my room, and she started talking to me, and she was like, "Hey, so me and your father have thought about it, and we think that you should delete Roblox, and we don't know when you'll be able to install it again, but probably not anytime soon." And I literally started panicking. I started sweating, I started crying, screaming, and it was mostly because of that dude, and I still wanted to talk to him. Like, that's how bad I wanted this companionship. And at this time, I was probably around 13, because we've been talking for a year. And so that night, my parents made me delete it, but about maybe a week later, I reinstalled it, and just so I could tell that guy, like, oh, I had to delete it and all that stuff. So he was like, "Oh, well, do you have anything you can message me with outside of this?" And I was like, "The only thing I have is Snapchat." And I recently just got Snapchat. Like, back then, I recently just got it because one of my friends, she didn't have, like, messages, so she used Snapchat to text everybody. So he gave me his Snapchat, and we added each other, and that is when it started to get really disturbing, I guess, should we say. And this is probably like the worst experience I've ever had, and to some people it might not be bad, but looking back on it, and like still, that was really bad. And I mean, it was not a good thing for me to be doing at that age. So basically, the day he added me was when my friend came over, my friend Maddie, which you've probably seen in some older shorts. And basically, we went to my neighbor's house, and we went to swim in their pool, and the whole time I was just worried about my phone. I was worried about texting him, and I was worried about, like, just communicating with him, and I did not want to be away from my phone. And when we got back to the house later that night, we started watching a movie, and then he sent me a picture of his face, and, well, not his whole face. I'll show up the picture here, but when me and Maddie saw that, we were like, "Holy crap, he's fine." And I kept telling him that. I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute." He was like, "What, my eye is cute?" And I was like, "Yeah, your eye is cute, okay?" And I sent him a picture of me and Maddie, and it was our full faces, which is the number one red flag. And oh my god, it was so stupid. And he had my face already now, which I think he saved to his camera roll. And he also had my name, because my name is in my Snapchat username. And so he started sending me a little bit more pictures, but they were like trying not to show his face. And I was like, well, I can respect that. But me being young and stupid, I kept sending him pictures of me in my face and probably my upper body. And man, so after this, we kept talking and texting and sending pictures back and forth for about 2 years, or up until the end of last school year. And within that time, I had sent him, like, he knew what my full body looked like, not nudes or anything, of course. I at least had enough common sense not to do that. But the thing I did send him was when me and my friend Aubrey, who had a YouTube channel, and some of you might have been subscribed to her, me and her went to the beach, and you could probably see where this is going. We went to the pool, and we had our swimsuits on. And I sent him a picture of me with just my swimsuit on. I mean, that might not seem too bad, but this only gets worse. So up until the beginning of summer, me and my mom, we went to like this store, and I was in the car, and I'll show you the pictures. These are the pictures that I took before, and like moments before. And she went inside the store while I stayed out in the car. And I was scrolling through CapCut because I love making CapCut videos. I still do sometimes. But I saw this picture, which was one of the pictures he had sent me when we first met. And I only knew a little bit of information about him. He said his name was David, and he never really confirmed his age, but he said, I think he dropped little hints that he was around my age, which even looking from the pictures, I could have told he was older, but I realized that either this was his CapCut account or he was using a fake picture. So after I found out, I texted him and I said, "You're not catfishing me, right?" Or I said something like that. And he was like, "No, of course. Of course not." And I was like, "Oh." And then I sent him the video that I just saw, and I was like, "Well, what is this?" And he immediately blocked me. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went to this group chat that I had with him and my friend, because like maybe 2 weeks earlier, my friend, she wanted to meet him, and like right when they met, they started like cussing each other out because she did not like him, I guess because he was with me. And I'm kind of glad that she actually pointed it out, that she said that he gave her bad vibes. But I told him in the group chat, I was like, "Hey David, what is this all about? And please add me back and stuff." And my friend, she didn't know his name at the time because his Snapchat profile was Grimace, as I told him to make it, because when he added me on Snapchat for the first time, he just downloaded it apparently and didn't have an avatar. So I told him to make it Grimace, and he never made his actual name his name either, and I'll show you what his username was. And not that you need to contact him, but just so you know and that you're aware of who this person is. So eventually he was like, "Okay, I added you back. And when he did, I was like, "David, what is this all about? Please tell me what's going on." And I was like shaking, I was hyperventilating, I was sweating, and this was all happening when my mom was in the store, so she did not know any of this. And he said, "Yeah, that wasn't me, but I sent that picture because that was when we first started talking, and I was scared to show my actual face, so I used that, since we didn't know each other." And I was like, okay, that kind of made sense. And I was still naive. And so he said, "But still look like myself. And he sent like a picture where you had to open it. But it took him a while to send the picture. So I was thinking in my head, I was like, okay, something still isn't right here. I need to find out what's going on. So my friend that was in the group chat, she texted me privately and was like, hey, what was that about? What's going on? And I told her, I told her everything that about him, like me finding the fake picture and all that stuff. So she got extremely upset and messaged him privately and started cussing him out, saying like, what the hell's your problem? And he tried to explain it to her, and he sent her a picture that looked kind of similar to the picture he had just sent me a couple seconds ago. And she kept like getting mad at him, and he said, you know what, F this, I don't have time for this. So then he blocked her, unfriended her, and then he blocked me and left the group chat. And after this, I was so upset. I was shaking. I felt like I was going to pass out. I did not know what to do. And I got mad at my friend because I was like, why would you do that? Like, we were good. We were talking again. And she was like, well, he was bad. He gave me bad vibes and all this stuff. And I was like, no, he didn't, whatever. And I didn't see that. I was so glad that she did that, or else we would still be talking. And I guess the main reason I wanted to keep talking to him was because of the attention. Because now looking back, these messages are disgusting, but he would send me stuff like this and all these different things. And at the time, I thought it was so cute and like, oh my gosh, that's so hot. But now it's just like, holy crap, that is actually disgusting, seeing as he knew I was 13 to 14 years old. And he also blocked me on my Roblox account, which his account is right here. And I'm mainly putting this because I do not know how many people he is friends with, like how many girls and how many girls he's doing this to, and I just really don't want something bad to happen to them. And he also made an alt account, I'm pretty sure, and he didn't block me on there, but yeah. But if you don't think that's the worst part yet, about when I reinstalled Roblox, this was probably about a month or two ago. I reinstalled it and I was like, oh shoot, yeah. And my parents let me, and I got Robux and I updated my avatar, changed my username to my YouTube name, and I opened a message that I had received a couple months ago, and it was from him. And he said, I am in my state. And I remember just my face went white. I was like, what? And that's like, I was so confused. And I said something like, what? And I said, why are you all of a sudden messaging me this or something? Because I wanted to get more information, because I wanted to understand. I was like, what's going on here? What? But after that, I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. I'm not trying to get kidnapped or harassed by an however old man. So I just blocked him. And I mean, I haven't gotten any contact with him. And Maddie, the girl, she and him and me were all friends when we first met. And I asked her if she still had him added or if she could look up his account. And she said, I can't find it. And I asked another one of my friends, who's a good friend of me and Maddie's, if she could look up his account and she couldn't find it either. So either he deleted his account or he blocked everyone that is close friends with me that he knew as well. But I mainly just wanted to put this out there because, I mean, one, it was an experience for me, and that's the main reason why, one of the reasons why I haven't been updating videos, and I do apologize for that, by the way. And just to spread awareness that you please be so careful, because I mean, obviously my parents are worried. Mostly my mom is worried for my safety, which I completely understand, because looking back on it, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? The air conditioner just came on, I'm so sorry. But yeah, as you can see, I'm in a new room. I have a new desk that we just put together yesterday. My PC, or my computer screen, is right there, my keyboard, and obviously my mic that I've had. So I have everything set up, and my webcam, I'm gonna start streaming. I don't know when, but after I get some information, how to do it, how to like make it good quality, then I'll start making videos, and hopefully it won't take too long. I don't want to keep y'all waiting, but this is just some info about, everything. And just, guys, please, I know you probably hear this from adults and your parents, but coming from a 15-year-old, please be so careful, because you don't know who's out there. I don't know any information on this dude still. His name probably, most likely, isn't even David, and he's however old, and he might even be a female for all I know. But I mean, just be so careful, because this was, he saved like basically all the pictures I had sent him, and he knows what state I live in apparently, so it's just terrible all the way around. So just be so careful, guys, and that's basically it. But don't use Roblox as a dating website. We didn't even know what each other sounded like, me and my friend Aubrey, we called him once, but he never said anything on the call. He just like slammed on the phone or the mic or whatever. But I'm just telling you guys, be so careful. And the thing I do now, if somebody sends me a picture of them, I gotta say, I save it, put it in that good old Google picture find thingamajig, and if their picture pops up somewhere on the internet, then I know it's fake. But, yeah. So guys, moral of the story, I know I've said this a million times, but please be so careful. You don't know who's out there, what their intentions are, and obviously, never tell anyone your address. I shouldn't say obviously, because I know some people my age or older still tell random people, their address. Guys, don't tell people your address. It's crazy. Don't do it. Just please don't do that. Just remember, guys, stay safe, and remember you are loved, and all those good things. But I'm gonna see you who knows when. Bye.